Yellowstone is a TV drama that consists of Oscar winner Kevin Costner. He portrays a leader of a family consisting of ranchers. He also plays the role of a father and a homesteader named John Dutton. John tries to make it through a world of corruption. Dutton is someone who ships companies and tries to look into murder mysteries. For the viewers who watch this show with dedication, you would know how much respectable John Dutton is. Today we will be looking at top 10 best Yellowstone moments so far. If you have any favorite moments of your own, which we failed to mention, let us know by commenting down below. Now let us get started with the countdown, sit back, and enjoy. Also, this list is going to have a few spoilers. We are letting you guys know beforehand.
To thank you for watching this video, we're offering you an absolutely free training webinar. Do you want to learn the secret of improving all aspects of your life and unlocking what you're really capable of? The legendary Bob Proctor spent over 57 years learning this one thing and is hosting a free webinar where he reveals what he's learned and what actually works. He'll teach you the law of compensation, a secret only the mega wealthy know of but not taught in our educational system, and the impression of increase, the law of laws that will increase areas in all aspects of your life, whether it be in health, relationships, or wealth. Right now, the first 200 people to use the link below will get access to this free webinar. Now, let's get back to the video.
10. John Dutton's introduction episode, Daybreak. With over 3 million people watching the premiere, it was already a Paramount hit. It received a lot of applause from the audience at the beginning itself. As soon as the show begins, everyone is introduced to the violent world in which John Dutton tries to survive. As soon as the scene begins, we look at John with a nasty head wound in a surrounding where a truck accident has taken place. John is forced, who put his injured horse out of pain. We also see that the truck driver has already died and John talks about how important the cattle are. This is a perfect introduction to the series as it shows how much struggle John goes through just to maintain his ranch and lead his family despite all of the obstacles which are thrown at him. 9. Jamie gets punched in the face by John Dutton episode, The Unraveling Part 1. As the series goes on, people will come to realize how unconnected Jamie is to the Dutton family. The difference in characters of the attorney and the ranchers are visible in the first season itself. Jamie is given a tough decision as he's asked by John to select between either the family or his career, as he asks Jamie to stop going after the attorney general race. Jamie starts going his father, as he does not want to robot from this opportunity, and he revolts until he is met with a punch from John to his face. Jamie gets himself banned from the ranch as John says that he'll be only taken back if he was to do it as his father asked him to do. 8. Rip and the group beat up the bikers for trespassing episode, Going Back to Cali. A group of bikers tried testing the limit by entering into the Dutton Ranch and trespassing. When confronted by Ryan, they talk about how it is the national park when it is not. Also, if you know the show, stepping onto the Dutton Ranch as a stranger is getting yourself in a war against the ranchers. Ryan spots a bunch of bikers trespassing in the Dutton Ranch and tries to talk it out peacefully, but they keep asking for it until hands are thrown. As soon as the brawl begins, the ranchers are outnumbered by the bikers until Rip shows up and bangs his car against the bikes of this gang. This might not be the biggest act of fighting in the show, but it is fun to watch the bikers, who were initially talking a lot, beg for Rip's mercy. 7. Sarah gets silenced episode, Blood the Boy. Jamie is pushed away from the family business by John in this episode. To pursue a career in law was John's wish for Jamie, and he did complete it, but it did not take Jamie long to have blood on his white collar. Jamie commits and overshares a little too much with the reporter Sarah, and she refuses from out publishing the stories about the Dutton family which she got from Jamie. Throughout the show, Jamie is used to acting through his mind, then through his hands or such. But it wasn't long before Jamie panicked and decided to attack Sarah and silence her once and for all. It might be the most discomforting scene from the whole show, as Jamie apologizes to Sarah while choking her to death. Rip then helps Jamie cover up the murder, but Jamie cannot run from the person he has now become.
To thank you for watching this video, we're offering you an absolutely free training webinar. Have you ever wondered how to end procrastination and self-sabotage so you can unleash your full potential to live the life you deserve? #1 best-selling author and high-performance coach Peter Sage is hosting a free webinar where he'll teach you how to increase your wealth with less time and struggle, and also how to hyper-boost your growth and success so you can finally break out of any rut you find yourself in. Right now, Peter and his team are offering a free $100 gift to anyone who doesn't find his webinar as the best use of their time within the last 5 years. Now, let's get back to the video.
6. Confrontation for the Cow. Episode Daybreak, the pilot of the show, is one of the most thrilling and watch-worthy episodes of the whole TV series. It grabs the attention of the viewer like nothing else, as it is filled with action and interesting plots throughout the episode. One would assume, being the eldest son of the Dutton family, Lee would be a character that would go on for a while. But during a confrontation scene against the Broken Rock Reservation, Lee is shot to his death for his ranch's cattle. The youngest sibling of the family, Kayce, is also caught in the mill, as he is asked to decide between the Dutton family or the Rock Reservation, where he would have to start his own family, leaving behind the rest of the Duttons. Robert Long, Kayce's brother-in-law, is the one to shoot Lee and ask Kayce to make the decision. Kayce decides to stick with his blood, the Duttons. Kayce manages to take out Robert, but it is already a little late to save Lee from his heavy wounds. 5. Beth is saved by Rip. Episode Resurrection Day. Beth and Rip eventually become the show's power couple and by their character. We can see that they won't give up without giving their all. After a rise in tension, Malcolm sends his goons after Beth, who is in her workplace. Beth is overpowered as the people are dressed in all black with knives, outnumbering her. Even after doing so much, the goons fail to break Beth's spirit, even after shooting her assistant dead and mistreating her. Beth hangs on in the scene long enough for Rip to arrive and take down both the thugs by himself. A traumatized Beth continues to band ashtray on her attacker's dead body. The brutality comes to an end as Rip calms Beth down and expresses his love for her. 4. Jamie gets in touch with his real father. Episode Meaner Than Evil. The disconnect between Jamie and the rest of the Dutton family starts making sense when he gets to know that he was adopted by John and Evelyn. Jamie seems like someone who's lost and is trying to find his way in life. He tries to get his answer by finding his biological father and asking him questions. Jamie grew up in a rich household that was quite powerful. He now looks at the poor estate where he could have possibly been raised if it wasn't for John. Jamie found out that his real mother was killed by his father, Garrett Randall. His biological father tells Jamie how his mother was a drug addict who endangered his life. Garrett is glad to know how things played out for Jamie, as his life would have been in question had it been for him not being adopted by the Duttons. 3. A Difference Made by Monica. Episode I Killed a Man Today. All of a sudden, Native American women started disappearing and were found only to be dead. To solve this matter, Monica puts herself out there, endangering herself in order to find who was behind it. Nothing is discussed about Monica's plan, so we do not know how solid her plan is. Monica pretends to be stranded and is taken by a suspicious man. She is proven right when the man brings Monica to a secluded place. Monica runs for her life before being caught, but she has backup with her. We can see the character development of Monica in this. 2. Revenge for Tate's Kidnapping. Episode Sins of the Father. Teal, Beck, and Malcolm's rivalry hits the top when Tate is kidnapped. Broken Rock Reservation and the Duttons unite, even after their differences, to save Tate. Kayce manages to kill Teal Beck, who was in the toilet. John also makes Malcolm pay for his doing by shooting him. John takes information about Tate's location before Malcolm dies. Tate is saved, but it leaves a scar on both father and son. The price you have to pay as a Dutton. 1. Everything Goes Crazy. Episode The World is Purple. It was an amazing end to Season 3, as the finale was everything it was supposed to be and better. The season ends with many questions. Jimmy goes through a horse accident. A mystery box arrives at the workplace of Beth, containing a bomb which explodes. Kayce gets into yet another shootout. John Dutton helps a random stranger at the side of the road. The scene then turns into a shootout. The Duttons are now being asked many questions, and we do not know about the answers. That was all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to add any honorable mentions, do so by commenting down below. Do not forget to like the video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. We will see you in our next video. Until then, goodbye and stay safe.